Imagine someone sells you land, shows you a beautiful map, official deeds, government seals. You pay thousands. You're so excited, you sell everything and move there with your family. You arrive and find nothing. No city, no roads, just swamp and jungle. Because the land you bought in a country that doesn't exist, the government that issued your deed made up the map, invented the whole country. Fiction. 1823. 7 ships of British settlers sailed to Poyais, a promised paradise in Central America. They found disease-infested jungle, no city, no infrastructure, no gold. Because Poyais didn't exist, over 200 died malaria, starvation, suicide. For land in a fictional country, the man who sold it, Gregor MacGregor, Scottish conman, he'd invented an entire nation and sold it piece by piece, printed maps, created a flag, wrote a 350-page guidebook about Poyaisian culture, geography, and economy. All fiction, sold government bonds, land deeds, citizenship papers for a kingdom that existed only on paper, made the equivalent of $20 million in today's money, never saw jailer, died comfortable in Venezuela. This is scarcity principle weaponized, only limited land available. By now, is paradise forever. Today, people pay millions for metaverse land. Digital coordinates, no utility, no value, just maps showing property that doesn't exist. Same scam. Different century, you're buying countries that don't exist. Again, this is the story of Poyais, when a conman sold paradise and delivered death, and why you might be buying his land right now. To understand how MacGregor fooled thousands, you need to know who he was. A professional at looking legitimate, born 1786, Scotland. Minor aristocrat, actual military service in British Army, then South American Wars of Independence. He fought under Simon Bolivar in Venezuela. Actually earned the rank of general. This part was real. That's how great con artists work. They build on truth, use real credentials to sell fake ones. 1820. MacGregor's broke military career over. Needs money. Has an idea. He'd been to Central America, Mosquito Coast, modern Nicaragua, Honduras, swampy, barely inhabited, but in London no one knew that. They'd never been. No photographs, no way to verify. MacGregor realized, I can claim anything about this place. Who's going to check? So he invented Poyais, a kingdom on the Mosquito Coast, with himself as cacique prince. He didn't just claim it existed. He manufactured evidence it existed. This is the genius of the scam. Poyais looked more official than real countries. How do you sell a fake country? Layer by layer. Each layer making the lie more believable. Layer 1, the map. MacGregor commissioned a detailed, beautiful map of Poyais, capital city, St. Joseph, population 20,000, parliament, building, cathedral, bank, opera house, ports, roads, gold mines in the interior, fertile farmland. It looked like Scotland mixed with paradise. Their map was printed by legitimate London cartographers. That made it seem official. Layer 2, the guidebook. MacGregor wrote sketch of the Mosquito Shore, including the territory of Poyais. 350 pages. Describe Poyaisian culture, government structure, climate temperate and healthy. Natural resources, gold and mahogany abundant. He invented Poyaisian history going back centuries, royal lineage treaties with Britain, all fiction. But it read like a real travel guide, same format as legitimate exploration accounts of the era. Layer 3, the office. MacGregor opened a Poyais legation in London, next to actual embassies. He hired staff, wore military uniform with invented Poyaisian medals, held meetings with investors. The office looked exactly like legitimate diplomatic missions, because that was the point. Layer 4, the bonds. MacGregor issued Poyais government bonds, 6% annual interest. Bonds were printed by legitimate securities printers. High-quality paper, official seals, serial numbers looked indistinguishable from bonds issued by actual governments because they were printed the same way. Layer 5. The land grants. MacGregor sold land 4 libras per acre. Deeds printed with Poyaisian coat of arms. Buyers received beautiful certificates. The Cacique Poyais grants you these 100 acres. People framed these, showed friends. I own land in social proof spreading the scam. Layer 6. The testimonials. MacGregor paid settlers to write letters from Poyais back to London newspapers. I've arrived in Poyais. The city is magnificent. Gold everywhere. Come immediately. These letters were written in London and sent to newspapers. But readers didn't know that. Each layer reinforced the others. Map proves guidebook. Guidebook proves office. Office proves bonds. Bonds prove testimonials. It's called authority layering. Stack enough official-looking elements and skepticism dies. Why did educated British investors buy land in a country they'd never heard of? Scarcity principle, MacGregor's pitch. Poyais is the last undiscovered paradise. Rich soil, gold, perfect climate. But land is limited. Only 200,000 acres available for British settlement. Once it's gone, that's the scarcity principle. When something seems limited, your brain stops evaluating and starts grabbing. Other investors are already buying. Don't be left behind. Social proof activation plus greed. The honest name for it. 1820s, Britain had economic anxiety. Middle class wanted opportunity. MacGregor offered, get in early on a developing nation. Buy land cheap. Sell when development comes. Exactly the pitch used for every speculative bubble. This is the ground floor of the next boom. People mortgaged homes to buy Poyais land. Used inheritance. Borrowed from relatives. Not because they were stupid, because the legitimacy signals were overwhelming. Map from reputable cartographer. Guidebook that read, academic office in diplomatic quarter. Bonds from known printer. What would you do in 1822 with that info? How would you check it? No internet, no photographs, no way to quickly check. MacGregor controlled all information about Poyais. The few people who'd been to Mosquito Coast and questioned it, MacGregor said they'd been 2 different parts. Poyais is 200 miles south of where they went. Completely different. Impossible to disprove. September 1822. First ship departs. The Honduras packet, 70 settlers aboard. They're excited. New beginning. Paradise awaits. They've sold everything to go. January 1823. They arrive at the coast. MacGregor specified. Find? Jungle? Swamp? Nothing. No city? No St. Joseph? No parliament? No bank? No road? Just disease infested wilderness. Some settlers think they've arrived at the wrong place. The city must be inland. They assert, walk inland. Just more jungle so me get lossy die of exposure. Others build crude shelters on the coast. Wait for Poyais authorities to find them. No one comes because no one exists. Malaria spreads, yellow fever, dysentery. No medicine, no doctors. People dying daily. October 1823. Second ship arrives. 200 more settlers find the survivors of the first ship dying in the jungle. Some of the new arrivals immediately demand the ship turn around. Captain refuses. I was paid to deliver you here. November 1823. A British supply ship happens by seize the camp. Rescues about 50 survivors. Over 200 had sailed to port. Fewer than 50 made it back alive. 75% death rate. The survivors returned to London. Tell the truth. Poyais doesn't exist. It's jungle. MacGregor lied. You'd think that would end it. It didn't. MacGregor denied it. They went to the wrong place. Poyais is real. These people are confused, and some investors believed him because they'd already invested. Sunk cost fallacy. I mortgaged my house to buy Poyais land. It can't be fake. The survivors must have gone to the wrong place. MacGregor actually tried running another Poyais scheme in France in 1825. Sold more bonds. This time, French authorities arrested him. Trialer. Acquitted because jury couldn't believe someone would invent a whole country. Surely some part of his story must be true. No one lies at that scale! But he did. MacGregor lived comfortably in Venezuela until 1845. Died wealthy. Never punished properly. The Poyais scam seems ancient. Quaint. People were naive back then. But you're buying Poyais right now, 2021 to 2022. The metaverse land boom. People paying millions for digital property. Decentraland, Decent Box. Virtual plots sold for $450,000. $2.4 million. Real money for digital coordinates. The pitch. Get in early. Virtual real estate will boom when the metaverse goes mainstream. Limited land available. Only exploits exist. Buy now or miss out. Scarcity principle. Exact same playbook. What are you actually buying? Coordinates on a server that a company controls that could shut down tomorrow. You don't own the land. You own a database entry saying you own land in a world that doesn't physically exist. Exactly like Poyais. A deed to property in a place that exists only on paper. But said you can walk around in it. So, Poyais had a detailed map. A map of a place doesn't make land in that place valuable, especially when the place isn't real. 2023 a 2024, the metaverse hype collapsed. Decentraland had 38 active users some days. 38. That $2.4 million plot, now worth maybe $50. 99.998% loss. Same pattern as 1822. By early and fictional place. Place remains fictional. Lose everything. Or NFTs. Pay $500,000 for a JPEG of a monkey. Why? It's scarce. Only 10,000 exist. Store of value. Scarcity of what? Anyone can screenshot the image. You own a blockchain entry pointing to the image. That's like MacGregor selling you a certificate saying you own land in a place you can never visit. That doesn't exist. 2022 NFT peak. Bored Ape sold for $3.4 million. 2024. Same NFT worth $50,000. 98.5% loss. The psychology hasn't changed. Scarcity principle. Greed. Get in early. Social proof. FOMO. MacGregor sold paper claiming ownership of non-existent property in fictional jurisdiction. NFT sellers sell blockchain entries claiming ownership of digital images anyone can copy. Same scam. Just updated technology. Paper. Blockchain. Fakey country. Fake metaverse. The defense. Understand that scarcity of a claim doesn't make the claim valuable. Poyais land deeds were scarce. Limited number issued. Didn't matter. The land didn't exist. Metaverse plots are scarce. Limited number per world. Doesn't matter. The value isn't there. Ask, what gives this property value? Is it utility or just scarcity? Manhattan real estate is scarce and useful. You can live there. Build there. That's value. Poyais land was scarce but useless because it didn't exist. Your metaverse plot is scarce, but can you live there? Actually use it? Or just claim you own coordinates? If the value depends entirely on someone else believing it's valuable, that's not an asset. That's a belief system. And belief systems collapse. Always. Eventually. In 1823, Poyais believers found a jungle where a city should be. In 2024, metaverse believers found 38 users where a civilization should be. The maps were beautiful. The deeds looked official. The scarcity felt real. but the contrary was fiction. If you've watched this far, you can see the pattern: scarcity plus greed plus official-looking documents equals buying nothing. Gregor MacGregor killed 200 people selling land in a country he invented. He died wealthy and unpunished because the scam was too bold to seem real, too well documented to seem fake. Today, you're offered metaverse land, NFT deeds, digital property in fictional worlds. Same scam, different map. The question is, are you buying coordinates to paradise or coordinates to nowhere? Because in 1822, MacGregor's map was beautiful, the land was deadly, and your digital deed might be just as pretty and just as worthless. If you want more deep dives into historical scams that are running right now with new technology, the psychology, the patterns, the maps that lead to jungles, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this with someone who's investing early in digital land.